Easy.
That was Dave.
Yeah. My butthole was in the air. You'd hear mine. That was a low rumble.
All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
We're live.
Is this guy new?
Iron Palace Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the world's most anabolic podcast, the Iron Palace Podcast. That'll have your biceps growing faster than your Wi-Fi can stream this episode.
Nice.
Almost messed up. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
While reading it, too.
I know. Actually, I didn't read it. That was why I almost messed up.
It's like, no, I got this.
Always read your notes, people. Always. All right.
We're supposed to have notes.
Yeah.
Who wrote my notes? Who's got my notes?
Where
You got my notes?
Well, while you figure out where your notes are, we'll jump into the guest introduction.
Are you a cop?
All right, here we go. Weighing in at 160 pounds at 16 years old, he might be the second strongest teenager to enter this studio. Deadlifting 530 pounds, even if it was sumo, it's still mildly impressive. Welcome to the throne room for the first time, Kyle Agre.
Yeah.
I guess I forgot to tell you to fade that up, but it's fine.
Hey, he said you keep talking to him like he's going to fade you up, son.
I'm actually 17.
Well, so he's actually started over. No.
Are you a cop?
Even though you're still only the second strongest, I hate to break it to you, but Alex has got you beat.
Who's Alex?
His daughter.
Alex McDonald.
Oh.
Kyle's like, I want to argue, but her dad's right here.
Yeah, go ahead and say something. Well, I feel like we're off to a great start today.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, we started?
I think.
Whoopsie.
I don't know. I kind of feel like we didn't.
I'm still
but
wondering where our notes are.
Yeah.
You had all that time.
I had them written in my hand. They smudged.
That made me think of Snoop and Kevin Hart doing the Olympics.
Yeah.
And Snoop acted like they gave him a binder of all this information and stuff.
So that was the best. They need to do that every year.
He's like, I didn't get no binder. Hey, where's my binder?
My favorite part was when the horses crip walking.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. He's like, he's sea walking.
I need to get that was in a video. He's like, crip walking. All right.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Cut.
And that's the episode. Thanks for coming. No. All right. Well, I guess our guest could. I mean, you got anything to say?
No.
All right. Maybe it really is the episode. All right. Well, before we get too far.
Our other teenager wouldn't shut up.
Well, especially when we talked about hair care. What do you know about hair care?
Yeah.
Hair care.
You've got nice hair.
Yeah, I use 2 products in it. I use a leave-in conditioner.
Do you use a 3-in-1?
No.
Also, do me a
You're
favor.
wasting way too much time, dog.
Turn that mic toward you a little bit.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
No, you're acting kind of Are you a cop?
No.
But yeah.
So you use 2 products. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's one more than any straight man's using his hair.
He does pull sumo.
I mean,
Nah.
I mean, I use a curl cream.
Is that what gives it the body there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's move on.
See, I want to know.
This is terrible. This is worse than we did this with Alex.
I want cool hair, and I've got to find out how to do
You got
it,
cool
you
hair.
know?
Don't even worry about it. Yeah. You got curl hair here and on your chest. I saw the picture.
Oh, that's gonna be hilarious.
He shaves everywhere but here, though.
Yeah, just so it shows up when I unbutton my
Yeah,
shirt.
so that it looks good, but you don't have to deal with how itchy everything else is.
That's the
Smart.
work uniform right there. He knows how he makes his living.
That's just smart.
Yeah.
You can look like Hasselhoff without all the hassle.
Hey,
Trimming your shoulders down is a big mistake. Feels like you got hamsters wrestling on the top of your shirt for a couple days, dude.
Okay.
That's why I'll put on a cutoff and I'll just take the body trimmer to wherever the cutoff's not covered. I'm like, that's good enough for me.
well, yeah.
I try to give myself a fade from the elbows. So it's not just
You got to blend it.
So it's not just shorn from here to here. You gotta,
Okay. I mean, that's...
yeah, you go like a 2 guard around here, and then you just go 0. I'll send you a how-to video later.
What's happening?
I don't know.
This is the most off or derailed I think we've been.
No, we've never been on the rail.
Shut up. I already know. I already know what you're thinking. Don't even. There's children present.
Yo.
Oh,
so,
look who's got something to say.
Are you a cop? Yeah. I knew it. Freaking knew it.
All right, well, to get an icebreaker so that we can, for the love of God, stop talking about whatever we're talking about.
what, hair care?
Yeah. So everybody knows the question, but I refuse to let you guys answer it beforehand. Who's winning between a gang of meerkats versus a gang of groundhogs?
Does one outnumber the other?
Yeah.
I don't know. This was your question,
that's
so
important.
technically you've got the rules here.
Are they equal numbered gangs?
Yes.
And can they go underground? Are we making this an above ground fisticuffs kind of deal?
You know what? I would say no. I would say no holds barred. But we're going to say in like a football-sized arena, so like there's no like, you know.
I'm going to groundhogs just for mass then.
Yeah.
If they could tunnel, though.
Now, if they're underground, I got to get meerkats.
Yeah.
They're going to be way more agile.
Yeah, they had that whole song about it in Lion King 1.5.
You know, but I mean, like,
So was that where your meerkat knowledge comes from?
But you know, meerkats like 2 pounds, and groundhogs like can get to like 10.
Yeah,
you know,
this is true. But I heard groundhogs are pretty dumb.
And Timon,
Yeah.
that's his name, Timon. Yeah.
What do you mean? That,
He's pretty
don't act
smart.
like you
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
got a good
I
point.
was trying. I get him confused.
Puxatawny Phil's been punked out by his shadow for like 30 years running.
For real.
Who?
Puxatawny Phil, dude. The groundhog.
You know,
The groundhog.
That shadow seeing yellow belly.
Okay.
you don't know Puxatawny Phil?
They're like, is there going to be more winter? And he comes out and goes, ha! And they're like, yeah.
If he
it's gonna be
sees
6
the
more
shadow, you know, 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't know that there was one specific one with a name.
weeks. Yeah.
Well, how do you think that they just?
Yeah.
What do they just poll random groundhogs?
Yeah.
And be like,
Gallup goes around and putting
Not
sliding out
bold.
little cards down in the holes in the ground.
did you see your shadow? Check yes
No.
or no.
Not whole.
How do you feel about this coming winter?
I thought they cold called them, all right? No. I thought there's like the turkey they pardon every year. I thought there's a new one.
We're waiting on the groundhog bounce to come in from Florida. There's a few hanging chads this year.
All I know is there's a lot more votes coming in for more groundhogs than there are. So
For some reason, there was like 30 dead groundhogs voted for Kamala this year. We're not quite sure how.
and that's not even what they
we
were
weren't even
asked.
asking. Yeah. We was asking about winter.
As if they saw their shadow
Yeah.
and they turned in a vote.
Yeah. They said they're still trying to recover from the winter that Trump left them.
All right, so back to the question at hand. Kyle, who are you voting for?
I got groundhogs.
I meant Kamala or Trump, but sure.
Oh, Trump.
No, I'm just kidding. So you got groundhogs.
Cancel him now.
Yeah.
We got him, boys.
You got a reason behind the groundhogs.
Yeah, I just think they're more ferocious, more aggressive.
So they are, yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'd have to look them in the eye first.
He's 0-11 against a 2-dimensional shadow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's always that chance, dude. I mean, after Vanderbilt beat Alabama, who knows what's going to happen?
Meerkats are also skittish.
And I mean, they're all the time looking for, you know, and then they yell, and the whole group runs
Yeah,
underground.
they yell and they go, Alan.
But I don't think groundhogs naturally hang out in big groups. Like,
Yeah.
so they probably can't
every
work
time
together.
every time I'm at the zoo, they're always in a big group.
So yeah, meerkats are used to
Coordinate. They're the SEAL team of the burrowable animals.
the burble. Are they rodents?
What is that? Marsupial, I think. A pachyderm.
If anybody's going to know the answer to this question, it's y'all two. Don't even look over here.
I was like,
I'm pretty sure they're just mammals. I don't think they're any kind of fancy. Is there a name for a burrowing mammal?
I don't
Joe.
know. A subterrestrial.
Colin's a burrowing mammal.
Hey! A subterrestrial mammal. Maybe? I don't know.
There's the word y'all talked about in the parking lot before you got here, isn't it? I said, there's the word y'all talked about before you got in here to throw out there all willy-nilly. Yeah. Like,
Actually, it was willy-nilly, but you beat us to it.
Yeah.
well, joke's on you. I knew that word, I think. Anyway,
Well,
so...
Caleb, what's your answer?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still trying to get the answer out of Kyle, but y'all keep
He said
interrupting me.
groundhog.
Yeah. he
But
said it like
I
four
wanted an
times.
explanation.
Because they're bigger. He
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
so.
He explained it. He said they're more ferocious.
In
Well, you
depth.
know what? I can't hear him because of y'all's little giggly tidbits over there.
You watch your mouth, dude. My tidbits are not giggly. All right, they're just fine.
I appreciate you not
Yeah.
to mention my tidbits.
Yeah, you leave my tidbits out of this, dog.
I regret even talking about this. This has been the worst
My
icebreaker.
tidbits
I
yesterday.
think it's been. I told you we had like 20 minutes of content just on this.
That's why I'm trying to get the 20 minutes of content out of the guest.
Next episode, our icebreaker is going to be, so what have you done with your tidbits lately?
Well, this will be the last week that the icebreaker is brought to you by David.
Kyle, do you think a gang of meerkats could out deadlift a gang of groundhogs?
Oh no,
Yeah.
Why?
because the groundhogs are heavier and they're stronger.
They're lower to the ground, so it would technically be a sumo lift.
Yeah.
Wow. Do groundhogs live sumo?
I guarantee you, groundhogs lift sumo, dude. Look in their eyes. They got the eyes, and they run from shadows. They got the eyes of someone who lives sumo, dog.
Run from Oh, that's a good thought. Do you run from shadows, Kyle?
No, I don't run from shadows.
Do you run towards shadows?
Why are you saying it like that, dude?
I think he's trying to make us believe it.
It's not about you.
Trying to make himself believe it.
Comfortable.
No, I don't run from shadows.
Shadows?
Shadows.
Kyle British all of a sudden?
Could be. I don't know. I've only heard him say a few words at this point.
Oi.
Chim chimone chim. That's the only English I know.
I don't know. Why did you stare at Holland so hard?
I was
when you
talking to
just
him, not you. You're podcasting over there. Me and Holler hanging out. Me likes what I likes and me likes what I do.
All right, well, here's a better icebreaker. Can you sit like that?
Can I sit like that? Yeah.
So it's just me and Holland that can't do it. Okay, cool.
Losers.
Well,
Bunch of squares. Are you a cop?
Yeah.
Thought so. Put out a vibe.
All right, well, let's start asking the guest questions
Yeah.
before we get carried away with
Me and
this.
Holland have.
What have you asked him?
How his day was and how's his mom and them?
mom and them.
Anyway, so how long you been powerlifting?
About a year. Small one. First year.
Don't feel forced
You know-
to give him any more details than that. You just answer him how you feel comfortable. You don't have to elaborate.
Great. Answer Holland then.
You know, that kind of makes me mad that he's deadlifting 530. And what did you squat? What did you squat yesterday?
475.
Yeah, in a year.
You say that, but what were you deadlifting in a year?
I don't know.
Okay, that's what I thought.
At one, he was busy raising a family.
But I wasn't 160 pounds though. I was a lot heavier.
Okay, fair enough.
You know. Yeah.
So, what sports do you play?
Baseball. That's it.
So you're a baseball player that does powerlifting.
I told
Yep,
him.
pretty much.
I told you how to wrestle. I mean, just think about.
Don't fall for that.
I used to wrestle in 6th
He
grade.
got me like that. He's like, Dave, you try wrestling. Don't do it.
Especially when you see the singlet Holland wears.
Dude, he's hard to get a hold of. He's covered in baby oil. Son, he's elusive.
It's like,
You ever play that game where you try to catch the greased watermelon in the pool? It's Wrestling Holland.
it's
Wait,
like the
why
Macho
are you
Man.
catching a greased watermelon in a pool?
You didn't play that? Put a watermelon that's greased up in the pool and everybody try to grab it? No. You guys should have definitely hung out in the ghetto more. Like, you guys missed out on a lot.
I think you should have hung out like in the backwoods more because we tried to catch a greased pig.
You know, I've heard that a lot, but I've yet to see.
I did.
Really?
I tried it. It's harder than you think.
Where do they have?
Somebody, he never saw the pig. Somebody told him there's one out there.
I was out there going,
Where do they have greased pig catching competition?
His mom got tired of going, all right, in or out. So she let her pig out there, please get it.
Pick one.
Grease pig, Benton.
I think I tried to do it at like a fall festival or something. I don't remember.
Oh man, see,
I remember it.
Apparently, I've missed out on all that. Friend of mine, he ended up on American Gladiators one time.
Shoot, yeah.
And since he
I
was
want to go on American Gladiators one time.
he was from
Paul's trying to talk.
he was from Tennessee, and so they called him Big Country. And I don't know, I can't remember what the event was, and he was like, he was really playing up like the country bumpkin stuff, but the producers told him to. But they were asking him about this event. He was like, "Oh, it wasn't too hard. It was like catching a grease pig down at the fair." I was like, "Dude, you've never seen a grease pig." But apparently it does happen.
It happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I've seen it recently.
Yeah.
But what about you? You ever tried to catch a grease pig?
No.
What about a oiled up watermelon in the pool?
It's
Definitely
not.
not.
It's Vaseline or some other kind of grease. Not oil. Oil and water. That never worked.
Yeah. Okay. You got me.
Stay on the top. Grease it up.
Okay. Anyways,
And every time you try to grab it, it just pops out.
Scott, you have a few state records, right?
Yeah.
Which
What are-
state?
New Hampshire.
No, I just,
What are your records?
Squat, bench, deadlift, total.
Also, all of them.
Yep.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just, what can I
It's
say?
another day in the neighborhood. You know.
And I've got great hair.
Yep.
I guess you can say I can do it all, except deadlift conventional.
thanks, I do
Hey,
smell
I
great.
pulled
It's
four-
the
I pulled
pina
4 or
colada
5
curl
though.
cream.
4 or 5 conventional.
So what's the bench record?
248.
248, and squat was 4.
I mean, they red lighted me on 441, but
Yeah. Why did they red light you though? Go ahead.
He tried to invent a way to squat sumo.
You know I mean, maybe
it was with my bracing.
because you watch too many people on YouTube's.
Yeah. It was the IPF Worlds. I mean, they did it. So,
See, I tell people don't lift like people at IPF Worlds, just the same as you don't try to learn basketball by watching the NBA.
You know, it's you know
Don't let him
Rules-
stifle you, dude.
Rules are different.
He wants to hold you down.
what's weird too is Brad lifted at the IPF Nationals in Arizona, and I watched I don't know, about half of the live stream of that competition, and there were so many red lights in that competition that like more than 3/4 of that stuff would have counted at the IPF Worlds in Denmark.
Yep.
And I was like, why are they being stricter at a national competition than they are at a world competition?
I will say,
Weird.
like the bracing thing. I don't think I would have red lighted it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm no referee,
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
It was obvious that he wasn't starting
Yeah.
his lift.
but
But at the same time, I guess if you want to get technical and nitpick the rules,
I mean, it's a lot like Braden's. Whenever he was at IPF Nationals, he got red lighted for his feet shifting during his bench press.
I thought they were allowed to shift, just not raise up.
He was telling me about it. He said that his feet shifted. They even had to go into like a replay to see it, and it was like very.
It's crazy.
I don't agree with. I'm all for rules and keeping things standard, but I think at some point we're hitting diminishing returns.
Yeah, and the thing about especially like feet on the ground, if you raise a foot up, you're hurting your brace.
Right.
So it's not an advantage.
Yeah.
So why does it matter? You know,
I think the rule should be a flat shoulder blades. Does your head have to be on the pad? Someone at
yeah.
okay. What was your friend that was there? What was your friend that competed that day? Tristan. He asked me about it, and I was like, honestly, I don't know. My head always stays on the pad anyway, so I've never had to think about it. But
yeah, I know some powerlifting competitions it doesn't have to. As long as your shoulders and butt remain touching, your head can come up.
it's one of those I don't know. I don't think it helps or hurts, so I don't know why it would be a rule that you can't.
Chip likes it because he said Chip was talking about, and it was nothing to do with the IPF. It was Special Olympics, and saying that there's something about Down syndrome kids that have I can't remember if I can't remember if it was a spinal problem or a problem with the neck muscles. But he was like, them raising their head up on the bench can strain. He said, he goes, it's not safe for them to bench that way.
And I mean, I would agree, but that just seems like that's more of on the coach, not on the competition.
Exactly. So like,
don't coach them to bench that way.
I don't know where that rule came from.
And if it came from Special Olympics, that doesn't make sense because there's no special rules
In IPF for Special Olympics, yeah. So I don't know.
Either way, that's lame.
Yeah.
So you do anything else fun, or just to get grounded and miss a podcast episode?
Beat his ass, dude.
After this is over, fight Caleb.
Don't wait till it's over. Do it now. We need the content.
Hey, yeah. We need the views.
Honestly, I mean, I'm kind of waiting on that day. Although I don't think it'll be me that gets in the fight. I think someone's going to slug Dave, but
Not while I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
well, that's kind of what I mean. I'll sit here the whole time watching it, and they'll swing at Dave. You'll like do the and catch it, and that.
Then I'll cup check him.
So, anyways, baseball and powerlifting. That's it, huh?
Yeah.
What do you like better?
Powerlifting.
All right.
Well, you got to give up baseball. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
I think Chip would want him to.
So, how did baseball lead you to powerlifting? It just seems like they kind of contradict each other.
Well, I was in strength conditioning freshman year, and for baseball, and when I was doing squats, I realized I was like really strong. So, and our strength conditioning coach was like telling me how strong I was. He was trying to get me into football, but I didn't really like football. So, and then I just started lifting more, and then I found out my potential.
And he was like, I got to get on this powerlifting kick.
Why didn't
He was
you
like, if I could just spread my legs a little further.
Is that why you didn't like football? You couldn't do the 3-point in sumo?
Nah, I just don't like football.
I mean, man,
You could be a hell of a long snapper.
I was going to say you could if you're a long snapper, I guess. Yeah.
I tried it one time. I couldn't. They told me I couldn't have my feet that far apart. So
You got some.
Don't take that from him.
You got some scholarship offers, hadn't you? Powerlifting.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
do what?
He's got some scholarship offers.
Really? For baseball or?
Powerlifting.
We just talked about this.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I was getting set up for the next bit, but
Unprofessional.
Yeah. Who all? I just remember one offer. Have you got more than one?
Yeah. So I got Missouri Valley, Greenville University, and ETSU.
That's awesome.
nice. You thinking about any of those, or are you kind of holding out for right now?
Oh, ETSU.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where my brother went.
Really?
For music, though, not for.
Oh.
He played the clarinet.
Yeah. But
What did he play?
Red shirt freshman at
He was a
Education
singer.
Connection.
Oh, for singing.
yeah.
And like the really feminine kind.
Can you sing?
Like the musical
God,
theater
no.
kind.
What happened?
I got the height. He got the voice. I don't know.
Neither one of them got the wiener. Hey, up top, we got him.
That's the last time I go to the sauna with Dave.
That's a mistake. You got to use the steam room. It helps.
The cloud. Next time I'll do the cold tub. At least
like-
I got an excuse.
It's like
Yeah.
steaming a glove. It softens you down a little bit, but we can move on.
What's the next bit?
Anyways, yeah, I guess God was like, Caleb gets 6'6", Daniel is 5'7".
Both of them get 3.5.
We'll let him sing.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah, sorry. I'll.
I know she's gonna be listening.
That's a shocking image.
It's all Dave's fault, Linda.
The proportion is crazy looking. Like it. Like when they're badly drawn on a cartoon.
Linda, this is why we make him use smelling salts. Any hooser, what's hers?
When she tried those salts, my mom did. She tried it. She goes, "Oh, poor Dave."
Yeah, now she's gonna listen to this part and go, make him smell them again.
She would never.
So you're committed to ETSU, or
I'm not committed
you have a fear of commitment?
yet.
Don't let him put labels on y'all, dog.
I mean, it's early yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do what like I didn't realize that many schools or like around here had powerlifting teams.
Look
Yeah,
when
neither.
he shows up.
You know, does UT have one?
No.
That's like I didn't even know that our high school had a swim team. I graduated high school like over 10 years ago, and I just found this out that there was a swim team while I was there.
Caleb never learned to swim. He could just reach.
I surely don't float, so
He just touched bottom.
Yeah.
Stuck his head up.
yeah.
Like a hippo.
The hair.
Did you know hippos can't swim? Don't Google that, but we're pretty sure they can't.
Anyways,
Just the facts over here.
Yeah, probably.
this is not an animal fact thing. I'm trying to gear this towards a. I wouldn't say.
We want to talk
toward-
about gear?
Yeah, you on gear?
Gear?
You a
no.
cop?
No. No gear.
I don't know. What's that bumper sticker on your
No gear.
car?
Yeah.
Trend.
Everybody I know that's sponsored by SBD is definitely using gear. So
Not me.
I mean, my hard and fast rule on people, whether or not if they're on gear, is if they're more ripped than me, they're on it, or if they're stronger than me, they're on it. And Kyle's way more ripped than me, so he's got to be on it.
I won't take any supplements that don't come in a Flintstone shape.
that was like whenever we shot the car deadlift video, and Nathan got out of the car and he goes, "Y'all want some Flintstone vitamins?"
Hell yeah.
I said, "Oh, hell yeah." I didn't expect it to legitimately be Flintstone vitamins. I thought he was joking and like kept chalk in there. No, it's
No, he carries around Flintstone
yeah.
vitamins.
I had no idea till that day.
As a human Labrador, I never doubted they were Flintstone vitamins. I was like, hell yeah, Flintstone vitamins. I'd have been disappointed if they weren't. I'm like, oh.
That's just like whenever I was setting up the camera to record that, and I turned around and I think it was Nathan just holding the door of your Jeep, like he just took it off. He's like, "Oh," for no reason.
He was like, "What do I do with this?"
I still don't know why he had it off.
Because we were talking about it beforehand. I was like, yeah, the doors are probably most of the weight. They're heavy. He's like, how bad are they? I was like, pick one up. He's like, yeah, you're right. It is heavy. How do I do it?
So, anyways,
Nathan's probably
Well-
saving somebody from a burning building right now.
Yeah.
probably. So we'll come back to more questions about Kyle whenever we think of them. But for now, big things happened. I know we don't typically talk about bodybuilding, but the Olympia was just, well, time of recording last week.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead and hash this out.
Anyways, anybody watch any of the Olympia? Does anybody care about any of the Olympia?
I saw some clips.
Bumstead retired.
Bumstead
Yep.
retired.
Man.
Daddy's gone.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, but I guess if you're going to retire while you're on top.
I knew it was coming. He's talked about it for years that he knows his career is going to be short.
Yeah.
So I've kind of just been waiting on it, especially once he had his kid and he's getting married and everything. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I bet it's hard to keep your diet that strict with a kid.
Yeah. Could you imagine, though, like your dad being Chris Bumstead and you grow up and be like, dude, my dad won the Olympia 6 times before he was 30.
Yeah.
And then look at him.
Yeah.
Like, even all natty, that dude is still more jacked than I could think of. Either way, so Bumstead retired, but also the people coming up, look, I think Urs is going to win. I know Jason Akers, friend of the podcast, he even posted about it saying that Urs is probably going to take over, and I agree.
Yeah.
I think Urs is going to take it. Plus, I think he's got sick hair.
Ramon Dino plays fourth.
Did not see that coming either.
Yeah.
I really thought Dino was going to be second, but that was before I saw Urs come out. And then, but yeah, I was shocked. I really thought Dino was going to at least be top 3.
Didn't he
but-
play second last year?
Yeah. And I
Down.
think, I don't think he won. I think he got second at the Arnold this year. But that was crazy. And then Samson, out of freaking nowhere, which is also awesome because I knew he had a woman coach, but I didn't know it was his wife. That is nuts.
But, I mean, like, the thing about it, though, your coach is with you now 24 hours
Oh, I know.
a day.
I think that's what makes it awesome is because it worked out so well. But, like, she's at home. Like, he tries to sneak something, and she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Should you be eating that right now?
Yeah, does that fit your macros?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
We can almost share this. Oh, bro. We're podcasting in 2040 over here,
Yeah,
son.
now.
Me and Holland in stereo, boys.
I think that's podcasting 1940. God almighty, what happened? Anyway, so yeah. So Samson won. Did you see the press conference before?
That's the only part I watched.
So Chris Bumstead pulled probably the most David moment I've ever seen, and they asked him, with all these people coming in looking as good as they're doing, and they're all saying they're going to win. What do you think you can beat them? And Chris Bumstead said, I don't think they got a chance. I looked them all in the eye, and I don't think they even know they can win. I was like, Dave would say that.
It's all in the eye.
Well, that's kind of like an Arnold move too.
Oh, yeah.
Arnold would go through and psych everybody out before they started posing.
Mike Tyson would stare them in the eyes. He said he knew he'd won the fight when they looked away. I would look in their eyes and make them look away from me, and then I knew I'd won.
Samson did it too at the pre-interview. Whenever they asked him a similar question, he said, "I'll pose right now. Anybody want to challenge me?" He stood up on the stage where they're all sitting for the press conference. Just stands up, shirt off. He's like, "We'll hit it right now." I was like, is it confidence or arrogance?
I mean, if you're winning, it's confidence.
I think it's a fine line to walk there, but
Yeah.
I think if you can own up to it, it's confidence. What do you think, confidence or arrogance?
Confidence.
What do you got?
Confidence.
Arrogance.
Kick his ass.
Kyle, don't
haul off, dude.
Don't put up with that.
Yeah.
You're stronger than him.
Prove it. Prove it. They're getting nasty, dog.
We'll arm wrestle right now.
All right, it's all muscle.
All right.
Caleb
So,
does Russian jalapeno leg wrestling.
yeah, have you seen those videos where like you lay and you're just like 1, 2, then you lock legs and whoever flips each other over? That's the only kind of wrestling I do.
Not the only kind. It's the only kind he does in public.
So, anyways, I had looked up a story last week and you missed it because
And he told us anyways. You made us sit through that without you.
So I had a whole thing.
I'll help. You keep rolling. We
Go
got
ahead. Go ahead.
We're working on something.
Go ahead.
Hey, do me a
Working on
favor
it.
and mute that mic while he's doing this.
No, we need to hear it. It helps. You're cross-threading. I can hear it.
So, anyways, I used ChatGPT last week to look up the whole origin of sumo deadlift and made it to where it was this evil deity. It was a really good story. You'll have to go listen to it. But I figured this week I looked up the legitimate roots of where sumo deadlift came from, just so you can learn why we say it's not Christian.
Okay.
So prepare to be enlightened. What are you doing?
Tell him he's just lucky his ass is not whooped. Quit making a thing about it.
You're just going to
dude.
hold it from...
I got you.
I don't know why this makes me so uncomfortable, but it really
I don't
does.
know. I can tell that it's really bothering me.
Put it where you need it.
Let's see.
Put it where you need it.
Yeah.
Do you need help or you got it?
Oh,
Lord
that's
gave me
cool.
one hell of a rotator cuff, buddy. I'm here for you.
Hold this forever.
All right, so you guys ready to learn the legitimate roots
Oh, yeah.
of sumo deadlift?
100%.
And this is why we say it's not Christian. So now you know this is going to be legit, all right?
Yeah.
God.
There wouldn't be any awkward pauses if Caleb would just go ahead with his stuff,
Well, you know that I can't do that. Why do you think Dave does this all the time?
What?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
What? Now you're cooking with Crisco.
I'm waiting on the story.
I'm waiting on to stop. Will you mute that, please? Look at this. Now you guys are impressioning the young lad over here.
It's time. Let's start loading them from the ceiling like Bruce Buffer does, dude.
Now you can only see here down. All right. So in the late 1800s, when physical culture began to rise in Europe, lifting weights was seen not only as a way to build strength, but as a test of character.
That wasn't me.
What in the world was that?
I'm not snitching. But I know exactly what it was. But I ain't
See, this
saying
is
nothing.
why I wasn't going to start. And then, of course, when I start,
You made us nervous. I'm just trying to get comfortable.
all right, lifters believed that true strength came from discipline, perseverance, and moral fortitude. What the hell?
I'm just trying to get comfortable, dog. I'm just here for the stories.
Yeah, I can tell. Can you mute his mic?
Hey, I think mine's ready. I'm good to go now. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Nice.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Why do I even try?
So, mental fortitude.
Yeah, we're good.
Mental fortitude.
Yeah.
Lifters believed that true strength came from discipline, perseverance, and moral fortitude. Many Christian strongmen even considered their physical training an expression of faith, seeing it as a way to honor their bodies as temples of God.
I don't like the phrase honor our bodies.
As you hit your hand with a sword. No.
Almost hit him with a rock. Stone him. Stone him.
All right. One of these men, known as Father Edward, was both a priest and a respected strongman in his small English village. He preached that lifting should be honest, a reflection of hard work, and that anything less was an affront to the divine order. The barbell, he would say, is like the trials of life. You must face it head on with full effort and pure intent. One day, a mysterious traveler named Victor arrived in the village. Victor, though wiry and smaller than the other lifters, claimed he had discovered a new way to lift that allowed him to surpass even the strongest men with little effort. During a local competition, Victor demonstrated his technique standing with his feet unusually wide. He gripped the bar and pulled it off the ground with ease, much to the shock of the onlookers. His lift was heavier than any they'd seen, yet he barely seemed to strain. Father Edward watched in silence as Victor's wide stance and abbreviated movement defied the traditional methods. The crowd was impressed, but Edward felt uneasy. After the competition, he confronted Victor, asking him about this new stance. Victor smiled slyly. "This is the sumo stance," he said. "It's faster, easier, and it gets results. Why struggle with a conventional way when you can achieve the same with less effort?" Edward shook his head. "The easy path is not always the right one, Victor. The narrow path, the one that requires true strength, is the path of righteousness. What you show is a shortcut, and shortcuts often lead away from God." Victor's grin faded, his eyes darkened. "Not everything is about your God, Father. Strength is strength, no matter how it's achieved." The priest turned to his congregation and warned them against adopting Victor's sumo stance. He preached that lifting in such a way without full effort and honesty was a metaphor for cutting corners in life, a temptation that would lead them astray. He cited scripture reminding them that the straight and narrow way leads to life, and likened the sumo stance to those who widen the path, making life easier but at a moral cost.
Is this a real story?
Yeah. In the weeks following, rumors spread that Victor was seen practicing strange rituals invoking forces that seemed to mock the Christian faith. Some villagers even claimed that they heard strange chanting whenever Victor lifted, though they could never make out the words. Eventually, Victor left the village, but his method spread. Father Edward's warnings persisted, and to this day, some lifters believe that the sumo deadlift is not just a technique, it is a symbol for taking the easy road, straying from the straight path, and compromising one's principles for a quick victory. Now, if that don't just tell you, I don't know what does.
It can't be a real story.
I was just thinking, could you imagine being in church? Hanging up, it's like, I've got to tell you about sumo deadlifting.
I mean, Father Edwards. Hell of a guy, you know what I'm saying?
When was this?
1800s, did you not hear me?
1800s?
Like I was with it, like Father Edwards, strongman, yeah, blah blah blah, and then I was like,
The part that got me whenever I was researching it was whenever it said that he was talking to Victor and then turned to his congregation. So now I'm picturing this is happening in the pulpit.
Yeah.
Like there's apparently a
they're deadlifting there up in front of the congregation.
And then he's like, you know what? You see here? Narrow is the way.
You once was deadlifting, but once you got Christ, you are live lifting, my friend.
Either way.
But you know, at first when you were describing, his congregation and how he, I was like, this is kind of like the Omega Force, They use strong man as a way to spread the word. And
they made sure nobody could contact each other by destroying phone books with extreme prejudice.
Yeah. But
I really dig this.
Yeah.
I feel like I look like the parents from Cow and Chicken.
Just the waist down.
Meanwhile, nobody knows it. I'm up here driving the damn podcast 18-wheeler, dog. I wouldn't watch my J break.
It really is just waist down. All right, so anyways.
Kyle's like, man, I'm never coming back to this.
Believe it or not,
I don't have any barbells in the 1800s, though.
Yeah, we were there.
Caleb's like, I got to Google this.
I don't think they did.
So when did Louis Cyr have his dumbbells?
1987.
1860s in European gyms, just like my story said, in the 1800s in Europe. Fact check me again, boy.
You were hoping that they were around in the 1800s.
I knew it the whole time, dude. This is a real story that I researched for today. I didn't use ChatGPT one time.
Oh, man.
So when was deadlifting invented?
Just closed Google.
That one time.
I said, oh man, we went over that one time on the podcast, like when deadlifting became a standardized lift.
Ooh, snap. The first beginnings was the 6th century BC, early 1700s. Possibly the first tale of what could be considered a deadlift comes from the 6th century. On the Greek island of Thera, archaeologists stumbled upon an unearthed massive boulder. So I'm still right.
I mean, but he's not deadlifting a barbell though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
You
some
said
Greek
when
dude.
did the deadlift start, and then I looked up when the barbell started. So obviously, if they're deadlifting before the barbell, they're deadlifting with the barbell.
That's just some Greek dude saying, I found a rock, we got to make it important. They're going bankrupt. They're reaching for everything they can.
I think they just chiseled his like so and so lifted this rock.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite literally what is it?
Yeah, it says my son lifted this over his
Yeah,
head.
yeah, with one arm. That's
Yeah,
like a 400-pound stone.
Yeah.
And they have no history on that stone other than what's etched on it.
Yeah, I'm just going to start etching some stuff on stones. Yeah. Holland Millsap's lifted with his left ring finger.
Give yourself stats like the Huns or something. Be like, legend says 98% of people in Southeast Appalachia can trace their lineage.
Straight back to Holland Millsaps.
So on all that note, you got any You got any PRs you're looking to hit? Like, what's your goal in powerlifting? You got a total that you're aiming for? What you looking for?
Yeah, my goal for my total is like 1,600, 1,800.
You ever going to enter equipped, or are you going to stay raw?
I'm staying raw.
It's the only way we do it at the Iron Palace, buddy.
Yep.
Praise God.
I would like to try to bench in a like a 2-ply shirt.
Did you see?
I thought about it once and I prayed. Never thought about it again.
Did you see Josh Steppe's video?
No.
He was at the gym. He's wearing a hoodie, and they go, "What are you doing, bro?" And he goes, "Y'all about to bench press 405? Because I think I am." He lifts his hoodie up. He's got a slingshot under his hood.
I saw a video. They were at a it was an IPF Raw event, and this guy had tried to wear a slingshot under his t-shirt.
I did see that. Yep.
And he walks out on stage, and his shoulders are all rolled forward.
It's so obvious.
Well, the guy that caught him, like, followed him out into the hallway, and he's videoing him with his phone, and he was like, "Hey, you're wearing a slingshot," and dude takes off running down the hall, like
Looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
That's like the guy that tried to wear wraps under his knee sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the end was sticking
Yeah.
out.
I was like, good job.
Oh man, but I mean, Kenny Stabler said, if you're not willing to cheat, you don't want to win bad enough.
I mean, I agree, but see, I agree with that sentiment when it comes to like following like cutting corners, but still following rules. Like, why did I just forget his name?
Lane Kiffin.
No.
Smoky Eunuch.
He literally just won the Shaw Classic. Mitchell
yeah.
Hooper. Jesus. Like, he stays within the rules, but he still cuts the corners.
Yeah.
Still deadlifts conventional, though.
Hey, did you see his video? He thinks he can pull, what was it?
Did you see it? 505? Did you see his attempt at the...
Where he got it up to his knees?
He did.
Yeah.
Smooth up to his knees.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think he'll do it.
He's got a legitimate shot at it.
Yeah. I mean, granted,
I was like, that's my same sticking point, but with way less weight.
yeah, like less than half of that. But yeah, like I expected to watch it. Like, I mean, a lot of the other guys that go up, like Rhino Heimla. I thought for sure he would have got somewhere close. No, dude didn't break ground.
Yeah.
And then Mitch Hooper's just up here like a easy, smooth up to the knee. I thought he was really going to do it.
Yep.
But no. Granted, it's all still moot because if the mountain's there, it's GG's, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, he lifted, 1,013 or 1,000 something raw?
Yeah.
Like, you kidding me? Yeah, fast.
Yeah.
Like, the smoothest is insane. You think you're going to do that?
Yeah.
You think you gotta David has left the building. Literally.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. So you think you got 1,000-pound deadlift in your future?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I can't tell if you're serious or not.
I'm not serious.
Like, I don't know. I mean,
So you don't think you're going to pull
I
it
mean,
out?
you've got a lot of training time left in you. It's
true.
I mean, I see 800.
I could see it. I mean, if you...
Like, you want to keep your body weight pretty light, huh? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to get up to like 400 pounds. Forgot his phone.
So anyways, you going to bump up weight class or are you going to try to stay at a low weight class? What's your plans here?
I'm gonna just try to stay in my weight class.
Eddie Hall got up to like 430 to break the deadlift world record.
But, I mean, Jamal Browning is still like my weight class and he's pulling over 1,000.
Yeah.
You know Jamal Browning?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be danged. He does his
Sumo.
homework. But he also pulls conventional a stupid amount of weight. because he alternates. He goes back and forth between sumo and conventional. He actually did the
In competition, he does. Or
in
just in
powerlifting.
training?
He does sumo, but he also competes in the Giants Live deadlifting.
Oh yeah,
and he'll do conventional. in
yeah.
those.
They make you conventional there.
I'm glad to still see places with standards.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, strongman. There are so few rules. Like around deadlift, you can hitch, you can ramp, use straps. The only rule that they have almost is you can't pull sumo.
Yeah.
And then the IPF, which is rule over, rule on top of rule on top of rule, was like, yeah, that counts. But
Yeah, and it was wild that they don't have rules on any version of sumo.
Yeah.
There's like no restrictions on feet, how far apart,
yeah,
like anything, which is wild. Like we've already talked about with IPF, you have to keep your head on the pad because they've got rules against that. You can't shift your feet, but by God, you can have your toes touching the plates.
yeah.
No matter what your height is. Because, I'm just saying, like, you are significantly shorter than me and your toes touch the plates.
Mm-hmm.
And if my toes touch the plates, it is nowhere near the same as you're doing. That's not a knock. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
So, got any dogs?
Yeah, I got one.
Kind of dog?
It's a black lab.
What's his name?
Pepper.
Wow.
That's only funny if you've listened to several podcasts.
Yeah, I think at this point it's only funny to us.
Like, I think a lot of this is only funny to us.
I don't disagree with that. But
I'm just here to make myself laugh. I don't care.
at this point, I think that's what we're doing. So you got any other competitions coming up, or are you in off season?
I'm in off season.
When's your first one?
I'm looking at one in December. Either Alabama or Georgia. The Georgia State Championship one. And then the Alabama Open one. I got to decide which one I'm doing.
You should call yourself the Alabama Slammer when you get there.
I will.
Please don't.
Are they both the same weekend, December?
I think so.
Yeah, I think everything's happening December 7th.
Yeah, I don't understand why so many things are happening on that day.
Yeah. What? I don't get it.
I don't either.
Because last year I got to do the USAWA World Championships and the Holiday Highlander. Somehow they're on different weekends, but this year they're on the same.
I was really looking forward to doing the Holiday Highlander this year. Now I don't think I'm going to be able to get there.
Yeah.
Physically, because hurricane, whatever the heck, ruined that for us. So it ruined everything.
It did. Jeez.
So, anyways,
It ruined everything but Kyle's training.
yeah,
Kyle didn't let anything get in the way of his training.
didn't stop him from getting grounded either.
Yeah.
He learned his lesson.
So, what'd you get grounded for?
We've got a non-believer back here.
So, you want to try Highland Games?
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Actually, I think you might be pretty good at it. You going to do strongman at some point, or you just going to stay powerlifting?
I mean, I'll stay powerlifting.
Why, you scared?
No.
Well,
I'll try it.
powerlifting's gonna get him to college. So they're not offering many strongman scholarships.
I really didn't even know they offered powerlifting scholarships. So,
What's his? Never mind. I won't be able to think of it in time.
in time.
Yeah, in time for it not to be a long, awkward.
Oh, I was like,
Like,
we got all the time in the world, dog. I got nowhere to be.
I mean, like, I'm gonna sit here thinking it's gonna be like 30 minutes of dead space for that.
That's fine.
It's like that quiz game that David and I played.
That's a good point. We got to do ads.
We do need to do ads.
See? Alan is finally working out. I need someone to remind me of this crap. I guess we should do ads. What do we got ads for?
We got ads for Zone smelling salts.
You toss me that pre-workout right there too, please.
Salts.
Where is there? Where'd it go?
NutraFit.
I found it.
Carnage pre-workout, boys. Get you some.
The Carnage is legit.
Yeah, I will say the Symbiote is a very high stem. I tried it. I didn't like it very much. Just not the flavors were great. Everything was great. It's just a little too much of a stem for me. But you may love it, so try it. Also, try Carnage. This has been the tried and true. I think this is like my 5th tub of this flavor. This is the Psychopath Punch. Look how dope it looks. You see that? I mean, can't beat this one. So while you're there, use code CalebCDay at checkout. Get yourself a sweet discount. Support us. They've also got a bunch of other stuff, such as Regenesis. This is going to be for your organ health. It also reduces inflammation in your joints, amongst a lot of other things. So there you have it. That's Caleb's stack right there, plus the creatine that's in the house. So that's all you need. But they've got tons more if you need more, so go check it out. What do you got, Holland?
Zone smelling salts. Well, no. Yeah, I'll take it. Zone smelling salts. This
Yeah, I'll
is
take it.
Bear Down Steel Frost. It's got a little extra minty kick to it. And I mean, I say this every podcast, but Zone smelling salts is some of the best smelling salts on the market. I mean, like they're I don't know if they have any that are water activated anymore.
I haven't seen any.
And those get messy, and I feel like they also lose their kick quickly. These do not lose their kick quickly at all.
I will say, so whenever their brand new open bottle, there's a very high spike.
Yeah.
And then it comes down a little, but then after it comes down, it never goes away after that.
Yeah, I mean, for like months. It's crazy. Oh, I've got an order for this to take to Iceland.
I've got a thing to notify me when it's back in stock so that I can order more.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on, to order it so I can
Yep.
take it up there. I don't want to go up there empty-handed.
I'd hate for you to do that.
I know. But Zone smelling salts, go to Zone and use promo code TIPP for a discount. And as always, we have it here. We have a guest. We get the guest to partake.
Kyle actually has this exact one.
But yeah, so Kyle's not new to this. It's funnier when they are.
It's way funnier when they are.
Like David's first experience with them.
Nothing will ever beat that one.
Oh no, it was.
Well, go for it. What are you waiting for? We ain't got all day.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think you touched it with your nose, dog. Zone smelling salts. Man, this bottle's been beat up a little bit. What'd you do? Drop this down the stairs? Anyways, but you can do that because it's in a metal container.
Yeah. That's another thing you don't have to worry about is your bottle busting and then your gym bag ended up being covered in ammonia.
I had the little plastic bottle, and I was always terrified of that in my backpack because I just throw my backpack in the truck whenever I'm done working out, and that was always in the back of my head. Is one of these days that bad boy is going to bust in there, and it's not going to be good for anybody.
Like forever. I used the little snap capsules, you know, and until I loaded my gym bag in the bottom of a bunch of other stuff. And like 12 of them busted in there. Talking about some stinky stuff for a while.
Those were I think whenever you brought the caps to the gym was the first time I had used them.
Yeah.
And I will say they don't have the kick like any of these do.
Oh, no, not at all.
I mean, they're good for the first time you've used. Have you used one?
Yeah.
I don't like them as much.
I don't either.
Have you seen the people that will get them and then like stick them up their nose?
Yeah.
Who hurt them? I know. That's what I think about every time.
You know, another funny thing about the IPF, you can use smelling salts, but you cannot use it anywhere around the platform.
Yep. I don't understand that.
And
we actually talked about that at the meet because I was holding them for him while he was up there, and then someone had brought it up, so we had to go back to the other side.
Yeah. Very first competition that powerlifting competition that I lifted in, I was just off the edge of the stage, and I was going to take a hit of smelling salts. Chip runs up and like blocks the view of me doing it. Whereas in the middle of a deadlift competition in strongman, I've had the ref hold the smelling salts for me. Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Yeah. Especially because like whenever you're on the deadlift platform, you can do anything. You can shake the bar, scream, holler, make a whole bunch of racket, but
don't sniff these. And
smelling salts off to the side of the stage, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
No sirree.
But, so get your own code TIPP. And who else
Hossware.
Speaking of the Holiday Highlander, Hossware usually is a big sponsor of them, and Hossware makes awesome shirts and shorts and hoodies and stuff. A lot of them are geared towards strongman and bigger guys. Well, it's two big dudes that started the company, and they wanted to make stuff, instead of little gym rats, they wanted to make stuff for big strongman competitors, Highland Game guys. Did
you say charming?
Did I?
I don't know. Did you say charming competitors?
I don't know,
because I like that.
Maybe. I was on a roll. I was like David. I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying.
You're nailing it, dog. Keep going.
But yeah, awesome stuff. Hossware.com and code TIPP with them also.
Yep. And speaking of making a big scene on the platform on a powerlifting meet, I guarantee you that you're going to grit your teeth. So you might want a mouthpiece. Go to New Age Performance, get a mouthpiece. Go to the link. The link will be in the bio. Link will also be on our Facebook page. Then the other link that will be in our bio is actually for our merch. This is the new hoodie that's going to be coming out soon.
Check out that sweet hoodie. Is that not awesome? I'm jealous because I don't have one yet.
So if you want one of these, if you want a shirt like what Holland's wearing, link will be down there in the description, or you just go to Etsy, search the Iron Palace podcast, and you'll come right to the page. My wife does a great job of making all this stuff, and she also makes other cool stuff. So Christmas is coming up. Don't miss out.
That's right.
Everybody needs some Iron Palace podcast swag, dog.
My eyes are watering.
I know the hoodie is so beautiful that Holland is crying.
Oh, man.
Proven facts.
Woo!
All right, so what's your favorite thing about powerlifting? We'll get to this before we start wrapping up.
The deadlift. That's the favorite thing.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite PR that you've hit?
Yeah, on squat, 475.
So yesterday.
Yeah.
Man, he nailed it too.
I saw the video. It looked good. Mm-hmm. I had no critiques. Usually I watch people's videos and I find something.
I'm like, ooh, his knee caved in right there.
Yeah.
Or, he left it a little high.
I do find myself doing that often where I've been in powerlifting now for a little bit, where I'll see someone do a lift that's obviously a good bit more than mine, and I'm like, oh yeah, but you had to ramp it, or you had to do this, or you're wearing a suit.
Yeah.
I'm like, they still lifted it. I mean, it's really not that big a deal.
It makes me think of Chip.
Yeah.
Every time I showed Chip a deadlift video I showed him, this was when Eddie Hall first broke the deadlift record. I was like, hey, man, check this out, and Chip was like, oh, wow. Oh, he's wearing straps. And that was it. Like, he was not impressed with the video anymore.
Actually, to that, whenever I was watching the videos of, like, the shorts were coming up from the deadlift competition, and it's everybody going through, like, the 495, the 500, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was reading some of the comments, and people were like, oh, they're using straps, so whatever. And I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, I encourage you to use straps and pick that up.
I know. I like someone's comment. I should have screenshot it so that I could post it up here, because they said if they didn't, it would just be a competition of grip strength, because your grip is always going to be weaker than your back. And two, if that were true, then everybody would be lifting over 1,000 pounds just because they got straps. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, like, that's not impressive. They're using straps. They still lifted 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's still 1,000 pounds. That changes nothing. Just because, I don't think you could physically hold on to that. Maybe 1,000. There's a lot of people that pull 1,000, and it's doable. Whenever, like, especially at that point,
Yeah, when you're getting up into like the 1100, 1200 range.
Yeah, grip is the something you don't want to be worried about at that lift.
Yeah. But but I also see like with the day stones, you've lifted them without straps.
Mm-hmm.
I've lifted them with straps, and it bugs me that I had to use straps.
Yeah, that's my only thing that I have over you on those is I did it without straps.
Yeah, and it bothers me that I had to use them.
All you got to do is not. Have you tried them?
The smallest one, yeah.
One. You only lifted one.
Yeah.
You didn't lift them in pairs.
We were just out there playing around before the thing started. We hadn't had a chance. I was like, Kyle, pick this
I know
up.
what we're doing right after this.
Yeah.
I was like, Kyle, pick this up. I was like, do you think you can lift those two? But we didn't have the ring and the two big
one
ones.
that didn't have the handle.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I was like, where did it go? But I know what you're talking about. I was like, if it's not out there, someone stole it. But all right. Well, Kyle, thanks for coming on, and thanks for not getting grounded this week so that you could.
You're welcome.
You've been a real peach.
Yep.
Yep. I don't think I've got anything else.
I'm good.
You got anything?
No.
All right. Well, remember everybody to like, comment, subscribe. Go to Spotify, make sure you follow. YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss anything. Comment on all your favorite videos. Tell us what you hated about it or loved about it. Tell us if you agree, disagree with IPF rules, or just tell us if you're bummed that C-Bum is no longer competing. So thanks, everybody, for coming out. Find your why, and that's it.